another video of Napoleon Total War. Today we will watch the final of the last 1v1 tournament, which has been hosted by Talcore this autumn. It was a Nations Cup in Talcore's anti-W mod. Each player chose a nation which he played all over the tourney. The mod added some more nations and units, so it was very interesting to play and definitely worth to try out the mod overall. It's very simple to install and you can easily switch between the mod and the vanilla game. The climax of the tourney was a tiebreak game on Grassy Flatlands between Talcore and me, which was very exciting to play, and I hope it's also exciting for you to watch. I guess most of you know that Talcore is one of the best Grassy Flatlands players this game has ever seen. Before we start with the replay, I want to quickly present you the nations so you have an overview of what competes in this battle with each other, especially since the mod changed also stats of the existing factions. I played the Confederacy of the Rhine, which was obviously added as a new faction. You see the nation list has been expanded here, but we will just look at the Rheinbund this time. So it's quite similar to Prussia. Actually, the light infantry is good, but not as good as the Prussian one. The standard infantry is the yeah, it's also good, but also not as good as the Prussians, but only slightly worse. And you also have the Saxon musketeers. They are similar to the Polish units, maybe. I can compare them with them because they have better melee stats and also a bit better shooting stats, so that's different to the Polish. But on Grassy Flatlands I did not pick them. They have better morale though, but yeah. Grenadiers have 120 men now, but yeah, on Grassy it's not really important. Important is that we have 3 different guard units, one for 1000, which is of course very good. The regular life regiment, it's a Bavarian unit, and the Grenadier Guard, yeah, and basically just the standard lancers as Prussia has, so nothing special, but it's a standard cavalry. Russia changed a lot, or unit-wise not, but in statistics the regular musketeers have better shooting stats now, which is obviously quite important for Russia, since they were very bad in accuracy before and also not very good in reloading. But especially the accuracy is a very important statistic here, and yeah, they have more now, I think 5 more. And also the musketeers cost less than before, 670. You see, the standard musketeer unit costs 710. Yeah, so that's quite good for Russia. The melee unit, the melee stats did not change. Also, the morale did not change. Yeah, and the cavalry did not change much here. But Russia became, in my opinion, definitely better by this. Also, the Russian Jägers, I think, got a bit cheaper and better. So this is the overview of the nations which you will see in this game. So here we are. Here is my army. I play 4 light infantry of the Fusiliers in my center, 5 cavalry, 5 Uhlans, so Lancer cavalry, and I played 3 guards, 2 of the life regiments of the Bavarian kind, 1 on each flank here in the second row. And also I play the cheaper guard unit for 1000, which I showed you here on my right flank. So 3 guards in total, and the classic general stuff. And 8 musketeer lines, no 7. 2 here, 3 here, and 2 here. So this is my basic formation on Grassy Flatlands. The light infantry covered in the middle, covered by 2 line infantry, 3 lines on each side with 1 backup line, and the cavalry, is here with this faction. The cavalry is here to mainly counter charge, not that much as an offensive force, since the cavalry is not very good. But we will see. Talcore played an interesting build. He picked 5 Russian Jägers. I showed you they have better stats now, and they are cheap, so it's quite worth it to bring more. He brought Moscow Musketeers, Seminoski Lifeguard, which is also better in shooting now. I forgot to show that. Another Moscow Musketeers, you can bring 2 of them in the mod now. Musketeers. He has 1 Pavlograd Grenadiers, which has the same frightening effect as the Old Guard on enemy units, and they have 120 men as a regular line infantry, as I said, so it's a quite powerful line. And 1 infantry lifeguard on this side. So just 2 lifeguards, but the Pavlograd Grenadiers and some good, especially good line infantry, with the exceptional Moscow Musketeers. He has leveled up Cossack cavalry, 2 of them on his left flank, the classic general staff, another Cossack cavalry on his right, and the Cossack Life Guard, which is also a Lancer cavalry unit. And they also became better than in the regular game. So just 4 cavalry. I have more cavalry than him. This was quite unexpected. I of course didn't know. Talcore is known for army builds which you can't be prepared for. Sometimes he brings 5 lights and plays quite defensive and cautious. Sometimes he brings 8 cavalry and rushes into you and annihilates your force within 3 minutes. So in this case, especially also with these nations, it was not easy to decide for an army build to counter his. But yeah, I decided for 4 light infantry. I still have the better light infantry, but of course I will have problems to counter his additional 5th light infantry. I have 1 more guard infantry and 1 more cavalry, but we will see if I can use that. So let's go. He has his light infantry spread all over, and will use the super white light infantry formation, which I don't really like to use, but we will see how it works. So I see that he tries to take the road here, and he has 1 additional light infantry and is very close to my line now, so I decided to directly attack with my left wing to take also this forest and deny him the access to the road over here. And I also started the engagement over here. He has, as I said, the light infantry super wide formation. I don't have it, but I shot with 2 units against 1, and he retreated his other Russian Jaegers from my 3-line infantry. I took the road, but he shot me over here, 14 casualties already on my musketeers, and some on my life regiment in the second row even. And 2 more over here. He did not yet reload, that's why not his full unit shot. I run into his fire again and kill some more. He was standing while I shot him because he gave an attack order, and I have a good position here in the road, but yeah, as you see, I have a problem with this light infantry over here, and I decided to for a fast attack on the on my left to annihilate this unit, so I can concentrate on the light infantry fight afterwards. But this won't be easy. He has a defensive formation. He has his Savinovsky Lifeguard here in the second row against cavalry attacks, and his Russian Jaegers are included into his line formation, and he can constantly shoot at my units, but they still did not reload after their second volley. So I try to push. He shoots first, and I'm approaching with my life regiment as well. He is playing very defensive so far, so I don't need the second line. I have a bit of a moral problem, so I have my general very close to the action. 3 of my cavalry are in the area, so I'm still trying to push while my light infantry is winning the engagement against this unit. But over here, yeah, I mean, it's good. I'm also winning over here, but I lose a lot of ammunition. His first cavalry countercharge is incoming. I formed squares, but he concentrates his fire of the Moscow musketeers, and my musketeers are down to 58, but I routed one of his Cossack cavalry. His general is a bit too far away for the bad morale of the Cossack cavalry. But I took more casualties from the light infantry, but my cavalry is on the flank now. I enforce squares from his side. I targeted the cavalry first and then changed to the light infantry, which was obviously a very bad decision. I lose moral, but I moved my general very close here and sent another 2 of my 5 cavalry in, so 4 are in the area now, and the 5th one is here as well. He did not bring all of his cavalry to the side, and he has 1 less. So a big cavalry mass blob here is in his formation, and he did not bring enough units to protect his flank from the second row. He tries to get out of his infantry, but his Russian Jaegers, of course, have problems here in this situation. But I lose a lot of cavalry. My morale is quite bad. My general is actually not that far away, but his cavalry survived the fight, and most of his line infantry got away without too many casualties, while I took a lot of casualties on my line infantry. This one is basically out. My life regiment luckily did not take much damage. He tries to shoot another volley at it now, as long as his cavalry is still around. Cossack cavalry with 10 men, so very, very nice that he can keep up the morale in this situation. But now I got away. So, overall, I lost 4 of my cavalry and 1 line infantry, and took damage on my other units over here. He of course took damage as well, but not very much. He lost 3 of his 4 cavalry, and this is the important thing, he lost his 5th Russian Jäger unit. So we both have 4 Jäger units now, which is good for me since I first of all control the road and my units are better. I stopped firing with my light infantry over here. I did a lot of damage to his Russian Jäger, but now they are spread and depleted here. I can't hit many more, and I want to save some ammunition for of my light infantry against his lines, especially since I, as I showed you, lost more line infantry men than he did so far. He is approaching on the other side, on his left, and I have to react to this. I retreated my right wing and see that he is advancing with his units. I'd wanted to take him by surprise and approach again, but he of course saw it and reacted to it in time. So I ran basically into another volley. He is using the super wide formation again, so I can't hit much. And as I said, it's not very cost effective for me to use the ammunition of all my Fusiliers against his Russian Jägers. Even they are better now, they are still not worth all the ammunition of my best units, basically, apart from my life regiments. So he is trying to overflank and uses the light infantry all over. I spread my light infantry as well meanwhile, and over here to counter his super wide formation with another super wide formation of my of me in this case. He got a very good volley on my center light infantry now. Very well done by him, and I have enough of the super wide formation now, and I will, I think, do it with this unit here as well. Small micro mistake over here. He concentrated his fire on my life regiment before he completely reloaded, so I just 4 casualties for me, while I got a full volley on his 17 Jäger regiment, but they were quite far away and they did not lose many. But I get a volley on his infantry life guard with 2 of my line infantry now, so a lot of casualties on his only infantry life guard he has. So I'm pushing. Unlucky for him that his unit regrouped, so they did not they don't get away quickly, but my units did not reload. Same for my Fusiliers, but they have a good reloading skill, so some of them shoot. He got away with his infantry life guard, and now his cavalry is in the area. I sent over my general and my remaining cavalry over here as well. He did not send over his general, so that's an advantage for me. I sent my backup life regiment over here and included it into my formation, but I did not want to get rushed by his attack force here, so I rebuilt my formation and retreated on the right. But he is in the road now, so that's good for him. As I said here, I have the super wide light infantry formation as well to counter his. And he makes it over here as well in the road now, so that's very problematic for me. It's very hard to kill these kind of formations, especially when they are covered. So one of my life regiments is here in the center, watching his Pavlograd Grenadiers. I'm shooting against his Russian Jaegers in the road, so that's not favorable for me. So I stopped firing, and he did as well, to save ammunition. And now he ran into my volley with his super wide formation of the 17th Jaeger Regiment, which also got better. I think they have the stats of the Prussian Fusiliers now, of Prussia. But he lost some more men. And I sent my 2 lines over here. He is approaching and attacking. He concentrates his fire. Oh no, he did not shoot my musketeers. He shot both of my units, but also took some damage. Unfortunately, my musketeers for some reason don't hit much. I think they are out of range already, so that's good for him as well. And I ignore the 17th Jaeger Regiment, which is covered, and shoot a volley with my Fusiliers on the Pavlograd Grenadiers. And this is a tactic which I try to use the rest of the game to save my light infantry formation for the line infantry, and basically ignore the light infantry. See, I stopped firing. He's shooting at me, but I tried to shoot his Pavlograd Grenadiers, which advanced again. He sees this and tried to get out, but then decided for a counterattack against my units. But this time I'm prepared, not as last time, and my life regiment fired the first volley. His remaining cavalry is incoming. I tried to get out with my Fusiliers, but it was a fake charge before, and it was perfectly timed. Before my musketeers could shoot, he did get out again. I got shot my Fusiliers got shot constantly, while he did not take any damage on his Cossack cavalry, so very well played by him. He's shooting at my Fusiliers on range, so that's fine. And his fresh musketeer unit with reloaded rifles were approaching, shooting a volley on my life regiment and retreated again. My life regiment did not reload. So extremely well played, a very, very high-end class game in my opinion. But he took out this musketeer unit out of his center, which it was watching like guarding the 2 light infantry here in the center, and I took advantage of this and charged his Russian Jaegers here with my remaining cavalry, but he countercharged with his Cossack cavalry. I tried to target his cavalry now, and he should have taken it out as he intended for a second, but then decided for a charge on my Fusiliers. His general was too far away to boost the morale of his very weak in morale Cossack cavalry, even with the upgrade. So this meant the loss of his remaining cavalry, which is of course very important for me, and since I still have my Lancer unit with 43. And I got my unit into the road here, while I'm still doing the same stuff as before and target the Pavlograd Grenadiers and just ignore the 17th Jaeger Regiment. Over here I do the same stuff and target the Musketeers while I ignore the Russian Jaegers, and he got into the range of my Musketeers over here, but they did not shoot a full volley. So he is advancing, and I'm countering. I hope he's shooting my light infantry, which is covered by the road. But he saw it and retreated in time before I could shoot him with my light infantry. But again, unlucky for him, his units were regrouping, and by this took some more casualties. Over here he is advancing and doing the same as me and shooting my musketeers with his light infantry, but they still did not reload after their volley on my fusiliers, so only some shot over here. He is in normal formation now with his Russian Jaegers, but I still save my ammunition. I changed direction with my musketeers and want to get this 17th Jaeger Regiment out of the road so I can 2v1 this musketeer unit on the flank. He is trying to approach, but I watched this time and shot first or at the same time with my guard as he did with his musketeers, but this other unit did not shoot, unfortunately. The targeting from the side usually doesn't work, so this is was not very well done by me. He's charging with his Jaeger unit against my musketeers, which was kind of surprising to me. I don't think they are out of ammunition actually, but they have a good. Of course, it's a light infantry unit, so it's not very good in melee. But the Russians, all of them, have a very good charge bonus, so it can work to charge a standard line like this. I'm still trying to get shots on his line infantry over here, and now he is running in front of me, so I also shot the 17th Jaeger Regiment. His Cossack cavalry of 18 men came back into the game, and he's falling back, and I conquered the road, but I lost a lot of guard men here. I have my Hessian Guard infantry down to 68, which is of course very bad. And this unit is also down to 67. So he's completely regrouping with his units. I pushed a bit too far with my fusiliers, and he tried to get a volley, but I got away. And he tries to get a volley on my lines as well, but now I regrouped too, and he can only shoot his my fusiliers, but I don't shoot back. I'm waiting for his infantry once again. I see his 2 units approaching, so I counter with this musketeer. It's perfectly fine if the Russian Jaeger shoots me from the side. Not all of them will shoot, and as soon as he shot, I will advance with my fusilier. But I decided for a push on the right before. So I wanted to push him in front of me before on the right side before I attack in the center as well. His musket, he changed some units. His small musketeers are watching his light infantry formation against cavalry. This is a good choice. I only have one cavalry left. They can't do much damage on the flank anymore. So while he was running, I got a volley on him on range, so it was not that effective, but yeah, when they are running, they are an easier target. So I did some. He's shooting my musketeers once again, but I got a volley on his infantry lifeguard with my lifeguard, and he got a volley back. So basically they are in the same numbers, but I'm getting shot by the Pavlograd Grenadiers, and I send in my last cavalry. My general once again is close to the action, and one of my musketeers is held back here in the second row. I countercharge his Cossack cavalry and try to boost the morale. You see, they are 27 and have some problems. He has no backup line here on the flank anymore, and his general is a very good target. And I try to pin him down with my cavalry. I unfortunately shot by mistake the Russian Jaegers and not his musketeers, and he took advantage of this. And I can try to kill at least the 17th Jaeger Regiment with my general very, very close to the action, so this unit doesn't root. And he's charging. I try to get out. I hope they shoot, but they didn't. And I changed direction with this musketeer as well, and I saved my 12 lancers over here. They did a very good job and killed one more of his light infantry. But he is, he got away with his main core of his left flank and brings in another full musketeer to his, or almost full musketeer to his flank. Small mistake here by him. He's running sideways, and I got a volley into his ranks with my Fusiliers, but just on range. So while he's regrouping, he has his musketeers ready to stop my advance. So what do we have? I have one more cavalry with 12 men. He has no cavalry anymore. I have 4 light infantry while he has just 3. So I can take advantage of this by using my additional light infantry against his line infantry. But his middle is very weak now. Only his 43 musketeers are here together with his 2 Russian Jaegers, so I decided to push here as well, and so I can push him back everywhere, not just on one side. He concentrates his fire on my line infantry, but on range, and I was covered a bit by the trees over here, so I did not take too many casualties. And while he was running, I finally shot with all of my units, and this was these were some very good volleys over here. He's pushing with musketeers, and he is ready to give attack orders. as before, so I tried to get out again and shoot first. It worked. His general is a bit too far away to boost the morale, and he is advancing on the other side, while where I don't have as many units as he does. So a good choice. I was counting on my cover of the road and the trees, but he has the Semenovsky Lifeguard with 100 men here and 2 Moscow Musketeers, which are superior to this Musketeer unit. Over here I'm countering his light infantry, but I should have retreated a little bit more into the road. I tried to kite here with my unit, but he got a shot with both of his units on my life regiment, which is down to 71 and almost routed instantly here. But my general arrived in time, and I tried to get out. I don't want to lose the game on this flank now. So he is pushing me in front of him on his right. I once again ignore the Russian Jaegers and counter his Moscow Musketeer unit with my backup line and bring another full backup line here into the center. But I'm always in risk of getting charged by his line infantry, which will destroy my musketeers within seconds. So this is a big threat when he gets too close and I don't pay attention. So this is why I'm falling back. I have the light infantry superiority, so it's not wise to for me to accept a close combat fight in this situation. And I push back his Semenovsky Lifeguard with my long-range unit, while I am getting shot once again myself on long range. And he does not lose. He doesn't want to lose momentum. My units are still reloading over here. What happened to the reloading sequence here? They were still reloading a second ago, and now they stopped. Strange. Okay. So I retreated my light infantry over here, and I tried to use my Fusiliers as a meat shield here against the Moscow Musketeers, so I can approach one by one with my line infantry, and it worked. He shot sideways with my Fusiliers. They did not take much damage, and I advanced with my musketeers against his Moscow Musketeers, and I hope that he will shoot with the Semenovsky Lifeguard sideways against my musketeers, and then I could have advanced with this unit and so on. And I have one more unit, so it would have been better, but he saw what was happening and retreated. So he got out of the situation, and I tried to do the same stuff again, to use my Fusiliers as meat shields against especially the Semenovsky Lifeguard, to then advance with my 4 line infantry. I'm still ignoring the Russian Jaegers. But he was moving all his center units, so I regrouped here as well, and I tried to get some shots with my center unit. Not too many. It was on the maximum distance, so the accuracy is not that good here. So he is obviously out of ammunition with his Russian Jaeger and charging them. But he did not follow for some reason with his other lines. I countercharged them with my Fusiliers, which are also out of ammunition, while I'm getting shot on range over here, and I'm shooting his small unit to kill this this one at least, and advance with my other musketeers and life regiment, and did a lot of damage. I killed the small unit, and the Pavlograd Grenadiers are down to 39, but I only have 47, so not much more. I got rid of this Russian Jaeger unit, but my problem is that I'm out of ammunition with this Fusilier unit, so yeah. We will see. I try to use, before I do an all-in attack, I try to use the remaining ammunition of my light infantry. I included them into my formation on my flank over here, but here's a bigger musketeer line on the flank against my guard, and took advantage of this. I got the first volley, but he has more men and shot a very good volley on my small poor guard, which is down to 50 men. This unit also is out of ammunition now, and I try to send my second guard over here to back up my right wing, together with my lances. He still has ammunition, bad for me. So I'm advancing with my musketeers over here. But he got away. I still have ammunition with this 51 Fusiliers. But I have huge ammunition problems all over. So yeah, I have to be very careful. Or cautious. That's the word, sorry. And I use my Fusiliers as a meat shield against his lines. And prepare for an advance over here. He wants to kite, so he shot my unit and tries to get out of the situation, and manages to do so. I did not shoot a full volley, and he's countercharging with his 44 Jaeger unit. I got a full volley on them, but they still got the charge, and I when they routed, they still the main core of the unit still charges into the lines, and I took the charge bonus. So I suffered the charge bonus, so they are down to 53. So very nice by him. He got again a volley on my musketeers while I was pushing. I did not have my Fusiliers here in time to tank the volleys again. They are very tired, so they are slower than the other units. But I still have ammunition with this Fusilier, and was able to shoot his musketeers over here. Devastating volley, but now I will be close to no ammunition as well. And yeah, my cavalry charged and enforced the square over here of his musketeer, but now they are out, and his morale held with his general very close, and now he's charging, and that's problematic. I did not get out in time with my guard. I tried to desperately, but yeah. I suffered the charge of the musketeers. Also over here, I built up a defensive formation against the melee charges. I routed his other musketeer unit over here and concentrate my fire on the Pavlograd Grenadiers now. His general staff is charging into the action, and he tries to get out with his musketeers over here, and he brings over another musketeer from the other side. His centered units are gone. One of his Russian Jaegers came back, and yeah, he managed to kill my third lifeguard. One of his musketeers is out, but this one got another good charge on this unit. He's regrouping on his right wing, and I try to get another volley on the grenadiers. I finally got rid of this musketeer melee force, and unfortunately for me, my light infantry this time did not shoot in time. My backup line shot his general staff, but he got away again. Over here he is pushing on my weak flank. Seminovsky Lifeguard has 80 men, and I have only 60, so problematic for me. But he shot my light infantry on range, with, which is out of ammunition, while I'm still pushing against the Pavlograd Grenadiers and regrouping my army. I have plenty of units left, but most of them are out of ammunition. His grenadiers are isolated from the rest of his army and finally out of the game. He charged with his Jaegers against my musketeers, and my musketeers bugged and had an attack order, and I did not see that they bugged and were moving around instead of firing. Good moment for him to charge. Perfect, actually, and I did not see this. So another many casualties. I tried to shoot his guard while he was shooting my light infantry, but he saved his volley, and I took more damage with my third guard over here. I have problems to defeat those melee units for some reason, but his general is close, so that's probably the reason. And yeah, I only have small units over here, and the Fusiliers are basically useless in melee against his good charge bonus. His general is coming into the action. I only have one unit with high numbers, and he still has his Seminovsky Lifeguard, which has still a lot of ammunition, I think. He got into my formation. I have moral problems, even though my general is very close behind, but now it was too much for his general staff finally. I was able to kill him, I mean his general, and that was the moral breaking point for his general staff, and also for this musketeer of 46, but he's charging still with his musketeers over here, and with the Seminovsky Lifeguard, the best lifeguard in melee in the game. So they will be able to do a lot of damage still. And I try to get out. I tried to get out of the melee situation with my lifeguard, since they had still ammunition and most of my other regular units don't have. And I was able to finally shoot a volley on the Moscow Musketeers and root them as well. But I have problems over here against the charging Seminovsky Lifeguard. I try to regroup with my troops. Finally, I managed to rout the Moscow Musketeers over here, and the Seminovsky Lifeguard routed as well. So this was, in my opinion, a very, very exciting battle and very well played by both sides. I hope you liked it. And yeah, I had a good look at the VMR mod, the vanilla reimagined mod of Talcore. So thank you for organizing the tournament to Talcore. Well played. And yeah, guys, try out the mod. It's definitely worth. My life regiment did the best job. Fusiliers did also good. One of them, the third lifeguard, did good as well. One of them did not that great. And the cavalry was bad, as always, normally on Grassy. With the standard cavalry units, if you don't chase fleeing routing units. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.